RX-7's engine bay. We're just going to clean out anything we don't need. We're going to do an OMP delete, an emissions component delete, remove the AC components that are still left, and just overall clean everything up and make it look nicer, make it look simpler. Canister, the ACV, and the Sub-Zero Start Assist are now removed, and I got the blockout plates in place for those. Now it is time to remove the intake and pull the air pump. Go through everything we pulled off of the engine. This is our upper intake manifold. This is going to go back on with pretty much not much changing. We're just going to cap off some vacuum lines that will no longer be used. You can see here we blocked off the Sub-Zero Start Assist port, and some people like to remove the BAC. I don't see a good purpose to remove that, so I'm leaving mine. And I also pulled my lower intake manifold. For this, you probably wouldn't have to do this, but I'm also removing my 5th and 6th port sleeves. My 5th and 6th port actuators, one of them is seized and they don't work because of previous owner's questionable decisions and, well, exhaust hackery. Since Series 4 NA RX-7s are exhaust bag pressure actuated for the 5th and 6th ports, and mine has got some ghetto straight pipe for now and has nothing to actuate these. I'm just gonna pull them out. Removing these will help me get some higher end power back, but I will lose out on some low end torque. That's okay because this will be a drift car, and I'm eventually gonna be putting on a Turbo 2 intake a little bit in the future once I go turbo, so the ports aren't really going to be that much of an issue. This is the Sub-Zero Start Assist reservoir. Pretty sure there was like a TSB for these like a couple of years into production for Mazda to just yank them out anyway, so that's no good. This is the charcoal canister, yank that out. We got the air pump, AC compressor, AC line. Down here we have the vacuum rack, the EGR, some air pump stuff, that the line for the Sub-Zero Start Assist, and just the rest of that junk. Unfortunately, my camera died, but I really want to get this done, so I just did it all off camera. Now let's give it a test start. That's a problem. So unfortunately, when I started it up, the throttle cable was, well, being pulled open by the throttle cable not being adjusted correctly. And not thinking it started revving up, I just shut it off. If you know anything about FCs, this is a good way to flood it. And well, I flooded it pretty good. It sucks, but this is a good excuse to do a new set of plugs and an oil change. Now that the oil metering pump is deleted, we can run full synthetic. And in the 2 years that I've owned this car, I have never changed the spark plugs. So probably not a bad time. So it turns out the connector for the primary injector for rotor 2 came undone. Somehow the wiring harness got snagged and like kind of broke the connector and pulled it out. I was able to re-put it back in. Hopefully that fixes it. I also redid the flood clear procedure, so I'm going to try and start it, and hopefully it starts.
Well, that sucks.
Some time has passed since that last clip you saw, and I have since figured out what my problem was. I did a smoke test and found there was a major vacuum leak at the lower intake manifold gasket. When I had first cleaned it up and put it in, I missed a piece of the gasket and it wasn't allowing it to seal it properly and let a bunch of unmetered air in, and thus making the car not run right. I have since pulled it all apart, cleaned it up, put it back together, and it runs good now. So with all that being said, that pretty much marks the end of this episode. I'm sure at this point in the video, not many people are still watching. If you are, thank you. But I do want to say a couple things regarding my Coupe conversion project. I have gotten a decent influx of subscribers lately, which seem to correlate with the start of this project, and people want to see the whole build and everything, which I am grateful for. The problem is I am doing this the best I can, and I want to make a note that I'm going to do my best to get videos out and show progress, but it is difficult, and I guess what I'm asking is I need you to be patient. I'm currently in an apartment garage and I can't really do any fab work here, so I have to bring the car to a friend's house and then work on it there, and then it has to line up with my schedule, my friend's schedule, make all that work, and so on and so forth. And trust me, I want to see this project go through all the way, but it's going to take some time, and just be aware of that. So thank you for your support, I appreciate it, but please be patient. I do want to add that we have made more progress since the last video, and the editing and filming process for that has already started. So please stay tuned. Hopefully the next video you will see on this channel will be more Coupe conversion progress. With all that being said, thanks for watching.